Hello, I am presenting on behalf of D. Murphy on the effects of economic abuse. Domestic abuse can have economic impacts on individuals and society as a whole. Here are some key points regarding the economic impacts of domestic abuse. Loss of productivity. Survivors of domestic abuse may experience decreased productivity at work due to physical injuries, emotional distress, or the need to attend court hearings or seek medical help. Employment barriers. Domestic abuse can lead to difficulty in obtaining and maintaining employment. Survivors may face challenges such as absenteeism, low self-esteem, and limited job options. Healthcare costs. Survivors of domestic abuse often require medical treatment for injuries and mental health issues, leading to increased healthcare costs for individuals, employers, and the healthcare system. Housing instability. Survivors of domestic abuse may face housing instability, including eviction, moving expenses, or the need to seek emergency shelter, which can strain their financial resources. Legal costs. Legal proceedings related to domestic abuse, such as obtaining restraining orders or pursuing divorce, can lead to legal fees and court costs, adding to the financial burden on survivors. Children's well-being. The economic impacts of domestic abuse extend to children who witness or experience abuse. They may require therapy, medical care, or other support services that adding to overall costs. Lost income. In cases where the abuser controls finances or prevents the survivor from working, the survivor may suffer from lost income and financial independence, leading to long-term economic consequences. Social services. Costs. Government and nonprofit organizations often bear the costs of providing support services to domestic abuse survivors, including counseling, shelters, legal aid, and other assistance programs. Addressing the economic impacts of domestic abuse requires a coordinated effort of government policies, workplace support, community resources, and increased awareness to provide survivors with the necessary help to rebuild their lives and financial stability.
Hello, this presentation is being read on behalf of Margot, DPoW Secretary. LGBTQIA individuals, particularly in same-sex relationships, face unique challenges when experiencing domestic abuse. For example, a lesbian woman may hesitate to seek help due to fear of coming out, even while enduring physical, emotional, or financial abuse. An area which lesbian women share in common with their straight sisters is navigating separation and divorce, and too often the trauma of being or having one's child be a survivor of abuse, as they are handled in our court systems, too often with patriarchal biases, in theory or practice or both. Although Obergefell v. Hodges 2015 legalized marriage equality, LGBTQIA individuals face biases in the legal system. While states like California ensure custody decisions are based on the best interests of the child, the preponderance of the evidence standard for abuse allegations can still be influenced by biased judges. But equal treatment of LGBTQIA marriage partners can be a blessing or a curse, depending on what the established law is. In states like Minnesota, the right of first refusal prioritizes the non-custodial parent for childcare, which works well if both parents are fit, but can be dangerous if one is an abuser. California addresses this by using the preponderance of the evidence standard to investigate abuse allegations and ensure custody decisions are in the child's best interest. California Family Code, Par 1320. If abuse is likely, the accused parent must prove they are fit, a more practical standard than requiring a criminal conviction. In various states, since issues of divorce and child custody are complex, some concrete cases and precedents may help us better to evaluate how these issues are playing out in practice. The 10th anniversary year of Obergefell v. Hodges is a good time to focus on these issues.
Understanding Domestic Abuse in the Black Community. Introduction to Domestic Abuse by George. Domestic abuse, a serious and pervasive issue within the Black community, encompasses various forms of violence, including physical, emotional, and psychological abuse. It affects countless individuals, yet often remains unreported due to stigma and cultural pressures. Understanding these types of abuse is vital for recognizing signs, seeking help, and fostering a supportive environment for survivors. Addressing domestic abuse is crucial in promoting healing and resilience within the community. Cultural perspectives and barriers. Cultural factors play a significant role in shaping perceptions of domestic abuse within the Black community. Stigma surrounding abuse often leads to silence, driven by fears of judgment and cultural expectations. Historical context, including systemic injustices, fosters mistrust toward law enforcement, making individuals hesitant to seek help. Additionally, strong community dynamics can discourage open dialogues about abuse, further complicating efforts to address and support survivors. Recognizing and overcoming these barriers is essential for fostering awareness and healing. Resources and support systems, local and online resources. Victims of domestic abuse in the Black community can access various resources and support systems. Local organizations such as Black Women's Blueprint, the National Domestic Violence Hotline, and Peace Over Violence provide comprehensive services, including counseling, legal assistance, and advocacy. Additionally, online platforms like Love is Respect and RAIN offer educational materials and crisis intervention. Helplines and community support. Helplines can be a critical first step. The National Domestic Violence Hotline, 1-800-799-SAFE, is available 24/7 for immediate assistance. Encouraging community support is vital. Friends and family should foster open conversations and guide individuals towards seeking help. Remember, help is available, and reaching out is a courageous step towards healing.
Domestic violence within military families is a significant concern, with prevalence rates often exceeding those in civilian populations. Studies indicate that 36% of women and 34% of men experience physical violence, sexual violence, or stalking by an intimate partner in their lifetime. Active duty service members are reported to be 3 times more likely to perpetrate intimate partner violence, IPV, than civilians. Among veterans, IPV rates are notably high, with some estimates reaching up to 58%. In 2001, over 18,000 incidences of spousal abuse were reported to the Department of Defense's Family Advocacy Program, with 84% involving physical abuse. Several factors contribute to the elevated rates of domestic violence in military families. The military environment, with its emphasis on hierarchy and control, may inadvertently promote aggressive behaviors that can spill over into personal relationships. Veterans with PTSD are at a higher risk of engaging in IPV, with some studies indicating up to 3 times higher rates compared to those without PTSD. And while not all individuals with substance use disorders engage in intimate partner violence, there is a correlation between substance abuse and an increased risk of domestic violence. Recent reports have highlighted ongoing challenges. An audit revealed that thousands of domestic abuse incidents within the Army go uncounted, indicating potential gaps in reporting and data collection. In the fiscal year 2022, 14 individuals died from a domestic abuse linked to service members, with 5 of those deaths involving individuals previously reported for abuse. In conclusion, domestic violence remains a critical issue within military families, with prevalence rates surpassing those in civilian populations. Addressing this issue requires comprehensive strategies, including improved reporting mechanisms, enhanced support for service members and veterans, and targeted interventions to mitigate contributing factors such as PTSD and substance abuse.
Hello, this presentation is being read on behalf of Shilpa, an active DPoW member. Domestic violence laws are vital in protecting victims, but immigrant communities, particularly those in arranged marriages, face unique challenges. Cultural expectations, fear of deportation, and language barriers often prevent victims from seeking help. In arranged marriages, individuals may feel isolated or pressured to remain silent about abuse due to family or cultural norms. Additionally, the language barrier makes it difficult for victims to access resources or understand their rights. For example, a woman from an immigrant community in an arranged marriage may endure abuse but be reluctant to reach out for help because she doesn't speak English and fears her immigration status will be questioned. She may feel trapped, unable to seek legal protection or support for herself or her children. Organizations like the National Domestic Violence Hotline and Futures Without Violence offer language support and legal advocacy for immigrants, helping them navigate these challenges. Legal protections like the U-Visa under the Violence Against Women Act, VAWA, allow undocumented survivors to apply for legal status if they cooperate with law enforcement. By raising awareness and improving legal protections, these efforts ensure that immigrant victims, including those in arranged marriages, can seek help without fear and that domestic violence laws are inclusive and accessible for all.
DPoW presentation on the mental health of abusers. Being read on behalf of April. Domestic violence is often framed through the victim's suffering, but understanding the mental health of abusers is essential for breaking the cycle of violence. Many abusers struggle with untreated mental health issues, such as personality disorders, narcissistic or antisocial, which fuel their need for control and lack of empathy. Substance abuse also exacerbates aggression, and adverse childhood experiences, ACEs, increase the likelihood of future violence. The cycle of abuse involves tension building, an abusive incident, and reconciliation. Abusers often justify their actions, influenced by past trauma or mental health issues, which allows the cycle to continue. Mental health issues lead to cognitive distortions that prevent abusers from recognizing their harm, making it difficult for them to change. Addressing mental health through therapy, such as cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and anger management programs, can help abusers break the cycle. However, these interventions require the abuser's willingness to seek help. Raising awareness of the mental health factors behind abuse is crucial, as we need to create an environment where abusers are encouraged to seek help without fear of stigma, focusing on both accountability and rehabilitation. Raising awareness of the mental health factors behind abusive behavior is essential. We must create an environment where abusers are encouraged to seek help without fear of further stigmatization. By focusing on both accountability and rehabilitation, we can offer a path toward healing for all parties involved. Understanding the mental health of abusers is key to breaking the cycle of domestic violence. By addressing psychological issues and offering effective treatment, we can create a more comprehensive approach to preventing violence and supporting both victims and perpetrators in their recovery.